Hannibal, as a boy, swore eternal hatred against Rome before his father's burning sacrifice. Hannibal Barca taught him war, strategy, and the consequences of ambition from early childhood. Carthage thrived, but Rome expanded aggressively, swallowing nearby nations without hesitation, inspiring Hannibal's lifelong vengeance. Saguntum's walls fell quickly, fire and blood signaling the start of inevitable war. Rome demanded surrender, but Hannibal refused, preparing legions for a daring, impossible march across mountains. Soldiers trudged through snow, facing hunger, exhaustion, and relentless icy winds across treacherous Alps. Elephants marched with them, massive and terrifying, yet struggling through deep snow and jagged cliffs. Hannibal's leadership kept morale high, inspiring loyalty despite the death and misery surrounding them. Many soldiers fell, yet those surviving became legends, hardened by suffering and enduring discipline. The Roman Senate underestimated him, believing mountains and winter would stop Carthaginian ambition entirely. At the Po River, Hannibal carefully studied terrain, planning ambushes with meticulous precision and cunning. Trebia's icy waters reflected the slaughter as Romans were drawn into fatal traps intentionally. Cavalry struck, encircling legions, leaving panic to spread across Roman commanders' ranks immediately. Thousands died under sun and snow, Rome learning fear against a genius they underestimated. Hannibal advanced south, undefeated, as Italy's countryside whispered tales of terror and strategy simultaneously. At Lake Trasimene, fog concealed forces perfectly, hiding thousands ready to ambush unaware Romans entirely. The attack was silent, sudden, and devastating. Romans had no chance to escape. The water reflected chaos, while Hannibal's disciplined troops executed every calculated movement with deadly precision. Rome panicked, dictators rose, and citizens feared armies outside and treachery within simultaneously. Hannibal did not pursue surrender. His strategy focused on crippling Rome through psychological warfare instead. Rome recovered, learning patience. Yet Hannibal's legend grew, striking fear in every city along roads. Cannae approached. Romans gathered 80,000 men, confident in their numbers and traditional tactics entirely. Hannibal weakened his center deliberately, inviting Romans forward into an encirclement meticulously prepared beforehand. Cavalry crushed Roman flanks while infantry closed in, forming an unbreakable ring of destruction. 50,000 Romans perished. The battlefield silent except for Hannibal's steady, commanding voice directing troops. Rome survived, yet its pride was shattered, teaching generals a painful lesson in humility. Hannibal could not take Rome without reinforcements, which Carthage failed to provide despite previous victories. Years passed as Hannibal roamed Italy, undefeated tactically, but politically isolated and unsupported completely. Rome adapted strategies, avoiding direct battles and weakening Hannibal's momentum over time with patience. Fabian's strategy frustrated Hannibal, draining his resources while keeping his army alive cautiously. Supply lines dwindled, morale tested, yet Hannibal persisted, a predator trapped in hostile lands. Political decisions hindered him, preventing full exploitation of victories achieved brilliantly in Italy. Scipio Africanus rose, young and calculating, challenging Hannibal with mere genius and strategic foresight. The war shifted to Africa, preparing the stage for the final confrontation decisively. Hannibal returned to defend Carthage, leaving Italy behind after over a decade of relentless campaigning. Zama became destiny's battlefield, where elephants charged, but Roman discipline countered Hannibal's brilliant tactics. Scipio's formations adapted perfectly, neutralizing elephant charges and maintaining steady cohesion across battle lines. Hannibal fought valiantly, but Rome's superior numbers and strategy began overpowering Carthaginian forces gradually. Defeat approached, yet Hannibal displayed tactical genius even while surrounded, refusing to surrender fully. Carthage lost, stripped of empire, pride, and resources, left weakened but culturally resilient over time. Hannibal chose exile, avoiding capture, roaming foreign courts while Rome remained forever haunted by his name. He advised kings carefully, still wary of Roman spies tracking every move meticulously across lands. Rome feared him even in exile. His legend eclipsed mere military accomplishments significantly. Hannibal's end came quietly. He ingested poison rather than fall into Roman hands reluctantly. His final words whispered defiance, leaving behind a story of genius, courage, and relentless ambition. History remembers him as a tactician, unmatched, a shadow looming over Rome for decades endlessly. Hannibal's strategies are still studied, every battlefield maneuver a lesson in creativity and patience. His crossing of the Alps remains symbolic of audacity, defiance, and overcoming impossible natural obstacles. Italy bore scars from campaigns, villages destroyed, rivers red, memories embedded in landscapes permanently. Rome survived, yet the terror of Hannibal's presence changed military doctrine fundamentally and psychologically forever. Generals would speak of him with fear and respect, legends spreading across continents and generations. His victories were brilliant, but his isolation proved that genius alone cannot secure empires consistently. Hannibal's life became a testament to vengeance, intellect, and human endurance against overwhelming odds, endlessly. Even death could not erase him. History ensured his legacy would be eternal and unforgettable. His tactics inspired strategists worldwide, blending audacity, patience, and psychological warfare into lasting doctrine. Empires learned that fear could be as deadly as swords when properly wielded strategically. Hannibal's story endures, a cautionary tale of brilliance, ambition, and the perils of isolation relentlessly. Rome rebuilt, stronger and wiser, forever shaped by the shadow of a single relentless genius. Carthage faded, yet the echo of Hannibal's name echoed across a Mediterranean history eternally. One man changed the course of history, proving courage and strategy can defy overwhelming power endlessly.